So I've been down some very deep rabbit holes lately, right? And honestly, I'm kind of fucking lost there, right? I'm lost. One of the rabbit holes I've been down is the Anunnaki rabbit hole, that these ancient aliens from outer space who were big and giants and very sophisticated technologically came down. They needed some gold to mine, and they came to Earth to do that, and they needed slave workers, so they tinkered down with our DNA, and here we are. Basically, we were created in their image, right? And oh, it's a crazy rabbit hole. I will make a separate video for the Anunnaki, okay? It's just too much to talk about in this video. And one of the other rabbit holes that I've been down to is the rabbit hole of the reincarnation system and why it exists. Now, reincarnation is a given. I'm not gonna argue and try and say, hey, you know, reincarnation is real, and this. It's like, no. Just open your eyes a little bit. It's pretty obvious that reincarnation is the way of life. It is life. It is what's going on. And you can look into Ian Stevenson's work on reincarnation if you want some proof. So that's just, it's for granted. It's a given. Let's say it's a given, okay? So seems to be from my limited understanding, there seems to be two ways of looking at the reincarnation system. The first way, the more positive way, the more, I guess, traditional New Age way, Earth is a school. The whole point of reincarnation, the whole point of death and rebirth, the whole point of the samsara cycle is to learn, is to evolve the soul into love, into becoming as loving, as aware, and as expansive as possible. Essentially oneness. What you experience in deep meditative states, what you experience on psychedelics. Love, oneness, unity. And our goal as individual souls is to find our way back to God, is to become that oneness again, is to become that divine again. And so Earth is a school. We come here to evolve our soul as quickly as possible. And that's the more traditional way of looking at reincarnation. Now, there's another way that, again, I have a limited understanding of it. So, you know, I don't want to butcher it, but my limited understanding of the other way of looking at it is, hey, yes, we agree. Earth is a place for our souls to evolve. Yes, it is a school, but you're fucking trapped. Like, you're fucking trapped, and there's some negative entities, call them what you want, reptilians, or whatever, and they have these agents of the dark force that we call in Illuminati and elite, etc. And they kind of carry their work out for them. They've constructed this matrix that we're in, this socioeconomic matrix, raping and pillaging the earth, disconnecting people from one another, dividing and conquering, wars and misery. And the way that these entities stay fed, these dark entities, the way they feed is they feed off the negative energy of humans. And so the idea is that there are, you know, many souls trapped in the cycle of birth and reincarnation, because you're sort of given amnesia, right? You're given amnesia when you come into this dimension. I mean, really, like waking up in the middle of it and saying, hey, oh fuck, I've done this before. Holy shit. Oh my God. And you start to remember your past lives and you start to become awake. It's almost like you're throwing a wrench in the whole thing, in the whole system. Because you're supposed to forget. Like now, some people will tell you, the more positive will tell you, you forget because imagine remembering all your past lives. Then you wouldn't be able to focus on this one. But another perspective would tell you, but if I remembered all my past lives, I would know the mistakes that I made, so I don't make them again now. So the idea is that someone is fucking with us and trapping us here by making us forget, by giving us amnesia when we come in. And they're fucking with us, and they want us to stay here. They want us to keep doing this thing of coming back, reincarnation, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. And they want to keep this war and keep this misery and keep us stuck in here, keep us hating one another, keep us divided, so that they can keep feeding off our energy that we give and live through this matrix. And this is the more darker way of looking at reincarnation. It's looking at reincarnation as like a thing to avoid, as a thing to end. Get the fuck out of it. Break the cycle of death and rebirth. Now, I really don't think it matters so much if you want to look at it positively, new agey, love and light scenario, or you want to look at it as we're fucking trapped. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta leave the matrix, because they're both talking about the same thing. They're both saying that our goal of incarnating over and over and over is to go back to source, is to go back home. We're all walking each other back home, guys. It's to go back home. And I really think it doesn't matter. However you want to look at it, if you want to look at it this way, you want to look at it that way, as long as you're working towards the evolution of your soul so you can get out of the matrix, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to break this cycle of death and rebirth. That's the essence of Buddha's teachings. In fact, that is the essence of yoga and Hinduism. And what is the first sutra in yoga? Well, not the first. The first is now the practice begins. The second one, the second sutra of Patanjali's sutras, right? Sutras of yoga. Yoga, the word yoga means union. And the second sutra is like something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, I made a video about it in the past, is the goal of yoga, which means union, literally means union, is to dissolve the boundaries of the mind. Essentially to become this oneness, to see the oneness, to become it, to become the universe, to become God. And the word, again, the word yoga means union. So the goal of yoga, the goal of Hinduism, the goal of Buddhism and Buddhist teachings are to release us, to help us release ourselves from the cycle of rebirth and death, finish up, graduate from the school, and go back home. Right? Go back home. You know, it's a tough school. Earth is a tough school. I really don't think it matters so much which perspective you look at it. It as long as you understand the game, you understand what's going on, you understand that your goal ultimately is to evolve your soul and not have to come back and incarnate. Now, you might have to come back and incarnate to help other people wake up and go back home. Because some people have been here so long. This is the whole premise of the second way of looking at it. That so many souls have been trapped into this. They've been given such deep amnesia. They don't even have time in between births to comprehend what's going on. Like apparently some souls that have been, the sleep has been so deep. Apparently they go back and they don't even have time to comprehend what's going on before they're sent back here again. Right? So the idea is that some souls have been just so trapped, so deep in amnesia. These chipmunks are cute. The idea is that so many souls have been so trapped now, so stuck, so amnesiac, in an amnesia state, that they're just trapped. They're not even remembering anything. They're not remembering who they are. And so you might have to come back here, incarnate, just to help other souls wake up again, right? I mean, that's probably what Jesus did. Jesus was probably a graduate who just came back because he realized, he's like, fuck, so many people are trapped. Let me wake up people. Buddha, probably the same thing, right? Buddha was probably another graduate who came back to help the rest of the trapped souls. So, as long as you see the game, you see the bigger picture. The most important thing, just understand this, however you want to look at this, however you want to consider this, however you want to look at it as we're trapped, or you want to look at it as, oh my God, this is beautiful, and oh my God, I love incarnating, and I love coming back, and this is nice. Whatever you want to look at it, the way you're going to evolve is the same. It's through kindness and through being loving. Simple as that. Doesn't matter how you look at it, as long as what are your actions, what is your behavior. The way you're going to graduate, See, we come back, we have the same lessons, same things. We repeat the same stuff. This is the whole premise of the argument, that we're here, we're stuck, we're trapped, we're being fed off our negative energy. We're given amnesia because we want to be stuck in the matrix. They want us to keep repeating the same things. And it's true. You come back life after life, you repeat the same mistakes. You have the same lessons to overcome. If, let's say now, you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with someone and you're not being loving. That probably has been happening lifetime after lifetime. If you right now make the choice, see, sometimes some of these flies are really stupid. Like this one came into my eyes, killed itself, right? This is self-destructive. This is self-destructive behavior, guys. Do not follow the example of this fly right here, okay? This is self-destructive behavior. The thing killed itself by trying to fuck with my eyes. I didn't even kill it. My eye, it just boom, okay? Rest in peace. If you're in a relationship right now and you're not being as loving and you're not being as forgiving, this is a chance right now. You probably both of you have been this together in the same relationship in the past life, and the one before, and the one before, and the one before, and you come back again and again and again. You accumulate karma and you come back, and now it's your chance. Forgive this person, love them, embrace them, accept them right here, right now. This is how you're gonna get the fuck out of here. This is how you're gonna graduate. This is how you're gonna go back home to infinite love and bliss and joy and happiness and all that good stuff. By being loving, by being kind. Right? So apply this to your life, apply this to your family, apply this to your relationships. Apply this principle of loving, accepting, forgiveness. This is a school I've heard my friend told me this one time. He told me that school is or Earth is a school of forgiveness, and I see that. I see that school is a school for us souls to come here and forgive. As long as we're not forgiving, we're not letting go, we're not loving ourselves and loving the people around us. Yeah, we're gonna keep coming back here, make the same mistakes, and yes, feed this socioeconomic matrix and feed these negative entities with our negative energy. Okay? So let's help each other graduate, guys. Let's help each other go back home, walk each other back home, right? I love that saying. We're all just walking each other back home. I love it. I love it. And perhaps better to look at this whole thing positively, right? I prefer to look at it positively and say, you know what, this is a school. We're learning and we're waking up and we're helping everyone else wake up. I like to think of it just as that, because it helps me be more loving. It helps me be more kind. It helps me be more positive. But I'm also open and aware that there are some people, clearly, that are trying to keep us stuck in this matrix, right? And it's for us, Neos, you guys watching this, you're Neo. You know, us Neos, us the awakened ones, to raise awareness and help our brothers and sisters who are stuck, who are trapped. Help them by increasing the awareness, the vibration of the planet. Help them remember who they are, be more loving, and be more kind. That's it, guys. God bless you all. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes. So subscribe.